As I said in my last speech, life is something that most humans value greatly. In 2017, the Center of Disease Control and Prevention stated that people who are overweight compared to those with a normal and healthy weight are at an increased risk for many serious diseases and health conditions. This is a topic that I feel passionate about, and I believe exercise is a very important subject as it goes towards the human population as a whole. But there are many problems when it comes to exercise, and that is why I will begin my discussion with the problems as to why more of the human population doesn't put exercise into their daily routine. Second, I will discuss some of the solutions that can be used when considering exercise as a daily routine. And lastly, I will have the audience visualize the betterment of themselves if they were to exercise. Overall, exercise is a very important attribute to overall health as it helps relieve stress and keeps individuals' bodies healthy. That is why more people should take it into consideration. First, let me begin with my discussion by talking about the major problems as to why it is more important for human population to exercise. In 2016, Dr. Chan stated that the world has 800 million chronically hungry people, but it also has countries that have more than 70% of the population that is obese. So why is our world grown in these numbers? Exercise can be time consuming. Individuals do not want to take the time out of their day to simply break a sweat. They see that their time is wasted doing simple exercises to better themselves when they have plenty of other things to do. Exercise can also lead to pain and discomfort. So when people begin to feel this pain, they question why they should even do these tasks. They begin to realize that when you become overweight, starting this exercise process can become more difficult, and it's going to be harder. People hate exercising, and it isn't something that people enjoy. If people don't see the results right away, why keep trying? It is also hard for people to understand that exercise doesn't always come easy, and it is a process that takes a longer amount of time. Lastly, people may not have the energy or they might not be completely interested to take part in these activities. In 2018, Garwood, Leemeyer, and Jarvik discussed how the action plan should be taken to consider how different countries can help reduce physical inactivity. They state that sometimes the environments and the opportunities are slim, so people don't find the time to grow with exercise. But exercise is critical for health. So that is why people with these problems should not overlook it, and they should find a more positive outlook. Now that we have discussed some of the problems having to do with exercise, I will now move to the solutions that can be used to find a better outlook towards exercise. In 2003, Jonathan Myers provided evidence from the scientific studies showing that exercise may reduce the risk of heart attacks or other cardiac events such as strokes. So that is why humans must find solutions for the betterment of their own health. Exercise might take time out of individuals' days, but if exercise is incorporated into individuals' bodies, it will provide more physiological needs that are required for human survival, reducing the risk for many health-related diseases. In 2018, Christopher Berglund stated that a single 15-minute amount of cardiovascular exercise can help obtain better brain connectivity and efficiency. This can be done by taking on simple aerobic exercise tasks that will improve long-term memory. This research is one of the many examples as to why even the smallest amount of exercise can boost overall health, proving that if individuals take a small amount of time out of their day for exercise, they may become more alert and more prepared to take on the day. People say that pain is temporary, but pride is forever. Exercise is known to boost self-esteem, and this is done by making people feel stronger and more in charge. So thinking of this problem, exercise can cause pain and is difficult to overcome, but in the long run, people will feel more prepared when taking on strenuous tasks. My last solution involves individuals using self-actualization to consider their full potential, so they can find more interest in bettering themselves instead of feeling less energized. As Maslow states in his hierarchy of needs, this example can be described as a level of desire to accomplish everything that one can to become what one can be. So people should strive for the better so they can work towards a better living. Lastly, I will discuss how you, as the audience, should visualize the betterment of yourselves when you're wanting to exercise. What would you like What would you like if you were to take on exercise into consideration? Would you feel stronger? Would you feel a stronger amount of self-confidence or self-control? Or do you feel that you would be more prepared to take on larger tasks? Whatever it is, you should consider this for the improvement of your health. Also, how would you feel if you began to exercise? Do you think it would be a more difficult thing to take on, or do you think you wouldn't have the time? Lastly, if you were to consider exercise for an improvement for your better health, I believe that it is very important and that you should always consider to improve your better health. Conclusion. In conclusion, many problems are involved in exercise. This task can be hard to take on, but with the right mindset, individuals should be able to find the solutions to use exercise in their daily living. Maslow states that humans need the feeling of belonging and acceptance among groups, regardless of the circumstances. Exercise is a great way to work towards acceptance because it begins within. It provides confidence and well-being, making people feel like they have more control. This is why you should take exercise into consideration. They should recognize their problems with exercise, as we discussed, and then move towards finding a solution. Last, they should reflect on what they have learned and seen to decide if they are ready to take on the challenge. Exercise is not easy, but with the right mindset and determination, anything is possible.